Welcome back to the Charismatic Voice. I love how our patrons have steered my music discovery. Some of the best songs that I think I've analyzed on this channel have come from patron suggestions, and I'm hoping that today's selection will stand up to many of those greats. Let's get to it.
Baby, do you understand me now? Sometimes I feel a little mad, but don't you know that no one alive can always be an angel? When things go wrong, I seem to be bad. I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. Baby, sometimes I'm so carefree with a joy that's hard to hide. And sometimes it seems that all I have to do is worry, and then you're bound to see my other side. I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood.
Okay, so I have several thoughts. First of all, I think at some point in my mind, I was confusing glass animals with animals. The animals? Yeah, the animals, not just the animals. It's the animals. And for some reason, I thought that this band was going to be a lot more modern, a lot more contemporary. Nope, this feels like we're like back in the days of the Beatles, right? It's definitely got more of a vintage vibe. And even in the way that the sounds are produced, right, it has a sort of a Beach Boys sound as well, which I really like. Beach Boys Pet Sounds, I think, is just fantastic album, side note. We can do some analysis of that one day. But I like the way that the vocals in particular have this very raw quality. I think sometimes in contemporary music, we lose that rawness of vocals because it's overtuned or overtracked, meaning they've done way too many takes of it. This has got human imperfection baked into it, and I appreciate that a lot. I also have heard this song, but not by them at all. I've heard Nina Simone's version of it, and so there isn't. I can't help but think about Nina Simone when I'm hearing this because she's just honestly one of the greatest artists I think ever. We're going to go back to the beginning. So I find it fascinating how the instruments set up a sort of off-kilter rhythm, even though we're in a basic 4/4 time signature. So I'll give a little deeper explanation to help you understand what I mean. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's your basic 4/4 time signature, count it out. But you have a boom, boom, ba, ba, ba. And what's happening is the third big beat in each measure, if you will, each like set of 4, the third beat is missing. It's like got this gap, and then it's got boom, boom, boom that drives it forward right afterwards. And it feels like we just started to dance, but then we tripped. That feeling of like, almost like there's a skip. It's very interesting to me. And then bam, 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 bam. That feels, it's working on just a half step, right? Bringing some dissonance into the sound there. But it also feels like very, very vaguely exotic. Yeah, very curious. It's intriguing.
Baby, do you understand me now?
I wonder if he's actually singing in this video. Obviously, his vocals aren't taken from this.
Don't you know that no one alive can always be an angel when things go
He honestly doesn't look like he's really singing.
I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood.
Yeah, I would guess that in this video, he's actually really, truly lip syncing. And that's because I don't see his body engaging underneath like I would expect to. It's not about the timing, because sometimes people, when they're performing a lip syncing thing, they could actually be singing it and the timing could just be slightly different. And this timing is very, very specific. But it's about, like, I don't see lots of movement in here or here. Underneath.
Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. Baby, sometimes I'm so carefree with a joy that's hard to hide. And sometimes it seems that all I have to do is worry, and then you're bound to see my other side.
So let's talk about his tone quality for a little bit, right? This is Eric Burdon. Eric or Burdon, I don't know. His tone quality I find very, very nice. I think it's this combination of a naturally deeper voice, and that deeper voice is paired with really fantastic resonance. I'm a sucker for somebody who's worked a lot on their resonance. If you're not really sure what I'm talking about when I say resonance, you're like, well, I don't know what that's like inside my head and my voice. Often, the source of the sound is created down here with your true vocal folds. That's where pitch is created. But if you were to chop your head off, great image, I know. Chop your head off and hear what this sounds like without any of the stuff on top, it would sound kind of vaguely like the reed of an oboe. It's not a very pretty sound. It's really not a very pretty sound, and it doesn't carry very well. As the sound travels up through here, that's where you get stuff that makes that original pitch that's created, the original frequency. It makes it pretty. It like polishes it. It adds some nice overtones. The way your tongue is shaped will really greatly affect the formants, the vowels, essentially. And some people will get more resonance, like a little more shiny polish, if you will, that will create a nice, sometimes it'll sound like shimmer in the sound, or it'll make it sound like there's an extra ring of some sort to it. And that's often what we'll talk about as resonance. And just feeling it. Sometimes if your voice is really resonant, sometimes you'll actually feel buzzing in your bones. It's pretty fun. If you're standing across the stage from an opera singer, right? Done this so many times when the tenor and I are singing at each other. It's crazy how much my face can vibrate, not just from my singing, but from the other person singing at me. It's really, really fun, which is why opera really needs to be experienced in person, because your whole body can vibrate from the resonance of an opera singer. It's really, really cool. That being said, he has really, really nice resonance. By the way, if you want to learn more about resonance and what that means to voice and voice science in general, I do have a course about voice science with Dr. Amanda Stark. You can find more information in the comments. In the About section. I'll pin a comment too.
All I have to do is worry, and then you're bound to see my other side.
I like the way he adds that kind of rough texture at times too. Want to point out right there, both times they've gone up to there, they've been significantly under the pitch. They're very, very flat there, but that's part of what makes it so human, right? I like it. I like that they're flat.
Misunderstood.
Understood.
If
I like the accent too.
You to know that I never mean to take it out on you. Life has its problems, and I get my share.
I have to say, this is a surprisingly empty bridge. There's not much filling in of. It's just got this boom, 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 a bass line essentially, which I think is the organ. Is it just the organ?
I want you to know.
No, there's a tiny bit of harmony that's filled out by this organ synth maybe, and then you have a bass guitar.
Take it out on you.
But there's not much chord that's being filled out overall.
And that's one thing I never meant to do, 'cause I love you. Oh.
Okay, also about his voice. got that nice resonance, that rough edge to it, and the depth of quality as well. It makes him sound like an older man. I swear, this guy, he sounds like he's like 40 or 50. How old is he here? Like, how he looks like a young fella. You're like, oh, what? Maybe early 20s? He's so young here. His voice sounds so much older, though.
Life has its problems, and I get my share. And that's
It's like a roughness of age. Like there's a little bit of like a war-battered heart. Oh, I love you.
Oh, baby, don't you know I'm human? I have thoughts like any other one. Sometimes I find myself alone regretting some foolish thing, some little sinful thing I've done. I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood.
Every time he ends understood, there's something that is so grasping at the very end of his sound.
Oh, please don't let me be misunderstood.
Stood. He's essentially creaking off of the sound. Stood. It's like he's not just ending it at the end of understood. There's a D, but he doesn't really end it just with the T. I'm hearing what I would describe as an inharmonic sound. So not a pitched sound, but there's like some other stuff coming together in his vocal tract, or maybe a lack of breath support then that would cause it to lose the nice fluid vocal, the nice fluid wave that's creating a pitch. Basically, there's some stuff that instead of going wacka, 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 it goes smacka, 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 okay? And it stops the sound with a really interesting texture.
Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood.
And it happens right before he goes to the D, so the D isn't even voiced. A D, by the way, d, voiced consonant. Voiced consonant. T, not voiced. The difference is if there's a pitch underneath. D means that I have my vocal folds vibrating and creating a pitch. There's an oscillation there. And there's no oscillation of pitch underneath, even though it's the same location of articulation in your mouth. So they're paired consonants. Again, talk about that in that voice science course. But here, instead of misunderstood, he loses the voicing with that inharmonic sound right before. So when we get to the D of stood, it's more like a very soft T.
Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood.
And there's something so charming and inviting about that. It's also because it's so short. It's a really quick cutoff. It makes me want to listen more.
Please don't let me be misunderstood. Let's do it.
And maybe because it kind of like also swings up.
Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. Yes, I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Misunderstood.
I love the timing there. Misunderstood. Right. It's so bluesy in the way he'll hang back with the rhythm sometimes.
Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. Yes, I'm just a soul whose intentions are good.
Ooh, wow. It's fading out already. Sometimes, and in older bands especially, the songs can be quite short. Just want to point out, again, it's not just that moment misunderstood, but there have been many, many times throughout the song where the vocal is so deliberately behind the beat. I feel like that's one of the things that makes this song have this really interesting vibe. It's really important to the entire performance of it.
Don't let me be misunderstood. Yes, I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood.
I am really curious to hear more of their work because I hear such an old man's soul coming from his voice, and it makes me wonder what happened when he got older. Like, what did that sound like? And did he maintain that wonderful styling of being so far behind the beat and also having these sort of like inharmonic sounds? There were a couple other spots he had those really interesting style. overall, I just found this song fascinating. It's the kind of song that makes me want to listen to it over and over and over. Definitely a great song to analyze. So thank you, patrons. This was a fantastic choice. I'm going to link to a bunch of other songs the patrons have chosen for me to analyze over here. Check them out. And may you all fall more in love with music every day. Mwah.